Destiny, you've been quite active on social media since Charlie Kirk's death. When Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags a half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday, ending every conservative debate call out I'd do in 2026 with "Don't dodge, bro." That's not what Charlie would have wanted. I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are...
Oh my gosh, I'm going to crash out. He said conservatives need to turn the temperature down on our side after we just had not even a politician, but a YouTuber get shot in the neck. What is wrong with this man? What on earth?
10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term. Every time he's in office, this happens. People joked about when Biden came in, it was so boring, nothing was going on. 7 out of 10 of the largest protests in American history have happened under Donald Trump. All of the recent political violence that's happened in this country over the past 20 years, the majority of it, the overwhelming majority of it, everybody gets mad because they keep asking Grok about it, has been conservative.
Who shot Charlie Kirk?
A guy from Utah who was raised in a Christian family, who was a 22-year-old
guy
white
described
dude. He wasn't trans. He didn't have a
Destiny.
trans girlfriend. He didn't have any trans influences. He didn't have any trans bullets. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys were wrong on all of that.
To be clear, the governor of Utah, Spencer Cox, has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said is not true.
The very reasonable sounding governor of Utah has made it clear that the event. You may not want to hear this.
Ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it, Destiny. But the reality is, the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's not true.
Let me just ask you.
There's no way to deal with it. You're living in a delusional...
He has texts released with his trans roommate. I mean, this is the thing. Liberal men gaslight you just as bad as women do. You know it's bad when Anna Kasparian is the voice of reason.
That's your prerogative. But sure. If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say...
You have got to be kidding me. He won't condemn somebody being shot in the neck. Like, now he's going to change the topic. What is wrong with you? These people are always into such weird things.
All of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why would you expect anybody, Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't Trump
you
go
answer
on TV
this question?
All of us should be less violent.
Why do you
can't
think
Trump say that?
Why do you think
your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why do you think?
No,
let me ask you a question.
On Donald Trump?
Let me ask you a question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the
Destiny. Let me just...
What are you, a child?
Have a huge audience of young men who listen to everything you have to say. So when it doesn't matter. You have a huge audience. And because of the fact that you have a huge audience, you have a responsibility to not turn No,
And
it
your
hasn't.
brain
It
has
hasn't
been
been broken.
destroyed
I actually care
because
about the
people bully
country
you on
and want to bring
Twitter.
people together.
If
You do
then
the
you should tell
opposite.
Donald
You
Trump to
represent
tell
the
people
worst
to
of us,
be
Destiny.
less
You're
violent.
embarrassing.
You should tell
You're
Donald.
embarrassing.
All right, let me ask
Watch how
Destiny
easy
a
this is.
question.
Watch how easy this
No,
is.
hang on.
If
Don't all
Trump were to
shout
come
at
out
once,
and say-
please.
If Donald Trump were to come out
Destiny,
and say, "Hey, we should all be less violent,"
Destiny,
I have no problem saying.
I have one
absolutely.
question for you,
Why
Destiny.
can't conservatives do that? Why
Destiny.
can't conservatives do that?
Destiny, I have a question for you.
Do you ever feel like there's too much to do, but you don't have enough time? Meet Super Ninja.
Why do you think in your campaign for everyone to dial down the temperature, why do you think that mocking the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
You can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United
You
States is
inflame the
not
temperature.
able
You're
to-
mocking
No,
his
it's
widow.
already inflamed.
You're
What are you
mocking his
talking-
I cannot believe he's saying to turn down the temperature after they've had violent protests, violent riots, and they just shot somebody in the neck. I have never been more gaslit in my life. He's destroying himself.
Think
Widow.
about, we've had multiple political assassinations over the past year. What do you mean it's turning up the temperature?
Why did you
to
mock his
fight somebody
widow?
online?
Ever.
Because
Why
she's
did you mock
being
his
wielded
widow?
as because
He's just not a nice person. He is mean.
she's being used as a political weapon right now
Wow.
for conservatives to continue their fight. What do you,
Okay, I won't lie. I actually agree with him on that she's being used as like a political thing, but it's still just in poor taste.
I
Destiny.
mean, wow, she's literally doing
Her husband just got
ads
murdered.
on email. Yeah, and she's using it to drive up recruitment for
And
a
you
political
can't even
movement.
condemn the murder. You
The
won't condemn
president
it.
can't even tell his side
You're
to
so
turn the temperature
deranged
down.
about Trump
You are,
that you
are
cannot condemn the
unhinged.
murder
It is such
because
a
you're
joke,
waiting
and
for
you guys
Donald
sit here
Trump
and
to
make-
This is what I mean when idiots get the most airtime. They just overtalk everybody. The smartest guys just walk away and don't argue. They just got better shit to do.
say
money
something.
off of it. It's
All right, let me bring
crazy
in
to
let me
me
bring
that
in Jack.
Republicans can't
Let me
do
bring
it.
in let me bring in
What a
Jack
joke of the
Posobiec.
world.
I gotta
And there
say,
will be there's still no answer to that question, Piers. You can't say
Which question?
Why can't Donald Trump simply
It is crazy that the Daily Wire sat down with Destiny and gave him a softball debate, and they would not have. And this is a guy involved in alleged pedophilia. I'm not saying he did it, I don't know, but that's a pretty heavy allegation, right? And they won't have Nick F on, they won't have Rolo on. It's actually crazy to me that they have this guy on, but not the other two.
go on TV and say we all need to turn it down?
Fine.
Like Biden could, like Obama could,
Fine.
like the Clintons could, like Kamala could. Why
Fine.
not?
why can't you condemn the murder of
See,
Charlie
it's
Kirk?
unbelievable. I'm not the president
Why
of the United
can't
States.
you
can't answer that
condemn the
question. It's
murder of Charlie
unbelievable.
Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't
Is he on
you
drugs?
condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should
Yes,
be the
it
one that
was.
is driving up
It
the
actually
rhetoric. You
was
don't
your
know
side
it's
that
not
caused
true.
it.
This
It was
an
your
18
side.
This guy was raised in a white
He was
Christian
a
household,
radicalized
in a Christian
leftist
state.
ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what
Just
the
like one that killed
investigators are
Melissa
saying.
Was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were
He was not
conservative,
a
just like the Proud
conservative, he was
Boys
a
were conservative.
pro-Palestinian activist
Every
out of
single one of
Harrisburg.
every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Posobiec, what, the author of Unhuman, another person that Charlie's put a good one, dude.
But I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie
Yes, you are
Kirk.
acting like an
Why,
unhuman.
why can't I hear Donald Trump
Because you are against
condemn violence
humanity.
in this
All right,
country?
you
Why
won't
can't I
condemn
hear
it.
it?
Okay, we've
I
all
can't hear it.
heard.
That's insane.
We've
to
all
me.
heard you repeatedly refuse to
And we've
condemn it.
heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn
Jack
it too. But for
Posobiec.
some reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn it. You'd rather taunt his widow. I find that sickening. Jack Posobiec.
I find it sickening that when people are getting
It's so crazy how the dumbest people get the most airtime. This is what I mean. Good behavior is not rewarded. And I think if you go through life expecting that good behavior is rewarded, he's doing a terrible thing. He's rewarded with a huge platform and the most airtime on one of the biggest shows in the entire country. Yeah, we're going to go nuts.
killed in the country, the president of the United States on Fox and Friends when they're begging him, what do you say to your followers that want revenge? He says, I don't know. All the elections are rigged. It's the radical Democrats. That's insane to me. And then the fixation is, well, who on Twitter and YouTube isn't condemning the violence?
Milo, get off the toaster. Okay, sorry. I'm with you now.
That's okay. All right, Katie. You're there.
All right, Jack
Yeah, Piers,
Posobiec.
you have a great example here of the type of cancer I'm talking about, where when you present direct information. They refuse, they obfuscate, they refute, they say it's not true, they lie. You could see from the bullet casings, you could see from postings, you could see from everything out there that, it's very clear what happened here. This is the same people who supported President Trump almost getting assassinated twice last year, Corey Capatore being assassinated
by
last
conservatives
year in a situation. Again, see, just lies. That's all they do. They talk over. They don't even let you give a chance to speak. And something needs to be done, Piers. Something absolutely needs to be done. This ideology should be shamed, humiliated, driven from the public discourse. I mean, you've got people who have completely dissociated with humanity because all they care about are clicks and YouTube streams and likes. Go to the casket. Go to the gravesite. Go talk to the widow. I don't even know how to discuss this with someone who's completely lost all touch with reality.
Yeah, I mean, Anna.
What's Jack's answer to why can't
Look how he's like over talking everyone. He's just so rude.
President say we should all be less violent?
Right. Because you can't even condemn the cold-blooded execution of Charlie
Donald Trump
Kirk.
turns on Destiny.
I don't think you're in the position to demand anything from anybody
on YouTube. That's how I'm going to take my.
You're not in any position to condemn anybody for anything. You won't condemn a cold-blooded murder.
He deserves to have his kid be a groyper. That would happen to him. Imagine this is your dad.
The United States. He's the president of the United States. No one here can answer that question.
Basic humanity says the murder was horrific.
Can't say
why can't you say
it? To be less violent.
Why can't you say it, Destiny?
For over a decade.
To say the murder was horrific and unacceptable.
Why can't Donald Trump say it?
You can't do it,
can you? Hear any words for Donald Trump?
All right, Anna Kasparin.
Donald Trump. Nothing exactly.
Anna Kasparin. To me, this is what I'm talking about. That I think there is an element of the left, the hard woke left, that have completely lost their minds. If you are not able to just outright simply condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk, and if you cannot stop yourself from mocking his grieving widow, you are sick, as I've just seen from Destiny.
The sick thing is weaponizing a widow's grief to try to do recruitment for your political party. That's probably one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. She's showing up in emails for recruitment drives for TPUSA.
Destiny? What did you think the assassination of a political figure would do? What did you think the outcome was going to be? What did you think the outcome was? And by the way,
are you asking me for the pragmatic political outcome? Or are you asking me for?
Hey, how about take it easy on the Adderall? Take it easy on the Adderall, and let me answer the question that Pierce asked me.
You must have been really bullied today.
My
My
behavior is not reliant on how anyone else behaves. Every morning I wake up and I make decisions about how I choose to react or respond to things. I don't wake up in the morning, check what Donald Trump has to say, and then base my own personal behavior on his behavior. I agree with you in that it would be very helpful to have the leader of this country want to turn the temperature down. And he hasn't done that. I agree with you on that. But that doesn't change the way I choose to respond to what's going on. The idea of mocking a woman who is now a widow with 2 young children who witnessed her husband get shot in the neck and bleed out to death. How could you mock that? What is wrong with you? I just don't understand it. That's it. I don't understand it. I don't understand you, Destiny. You have so much hatred in your heart, and at the same time, you
it's such a simple thing. If you're going to
hateful.
Weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it. I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do
What is wrong with this person? What is wrong with him?
recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others are using her grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in
Destiny,
TPUSA ads to 1 or 2 days after.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand what being a human is, what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with.
How the hell is Anna Kasparian the voice of reason on this panel?